Hello students, welcome to the first PUC economics class of Gopalswamy PU College, Mysore. I am Suma, economics lecturer. In today's session, let us start the first lesson of part A, that is statistics for economics. In this part you are going to study 6 chapters. Among that, the first one is introduction. That is, what is meant by economics, how was the word originated, as well as what is the relationship of statistics with economics. As you all know, economics is the word which is originated from two Greek words. These two Greek words are oikos and nomos. Oikos means household, nomos means management. So, during the good old period of Greek civilization, they practiced the household management, and the word economics is derived from both oikos and nomos. In the year 1776, Professor Adam Smith, in his book An Inquiry into the Nature and Causes of Wealth of Nations, he referred about the term economics and he explained about the functions of economics. Therefore, Professor Adam Smith is known as the father of economics. So, Adam Smith defined the economics as science of wealth. It is known as the science of wealth. So, therefore, Adam Smith's definition is called as wealth definition. So, after him, Professor Alfred Marshall gave one more definition, and that is called as the welfare definition. Professor Alfred Marshall gave us the welfare definition, that he treated the only welfare side of the society and he considered about the social welfare only, ignoring all the scarcities. And again, third one, Professor L.A. Robbins gave the definition of scarcity, and his definition is popularly known as scarcity definition. So, therefore, Professor Adam Smith gave welfare definition. Therefore, Professor Adam Smith gave welfare definition, Alfred Marshall gave welfare definition, and Professor Lionel Robbins gave scarcity definition. So, all the three are good and they are adaptable, but for at present situation, scarcity definition is very popular and now it is being observed everywhere. So, you all know economics is the art of household management. During the good old period of our ancestors only, they were doing this, they were having the art of managing the house, because they did not have any plastic currency or paper currency. During those days, they had the barter system. During that system also, they survived because of this management. So, that is the household management. So, the basic economic activities are 4. As you all know, there are 4 economic activities, that is production, second one is consumption, third one is distribution, and the fourth one is exchange. You all know that the production sector produces the utility services as well as goods which are required for utility. Then the consumption sector accepts the goods produced and the services generated out of the production sector, and this consumption sector makes use of that. As well as here, the national income is arrived from the income that is generated from these two sectors, and this national income is distributed among the 4 factors of production. You all know that there are 4 factors of production, that is land, labor, capital and organization. So, for all these 4 factors, we have even the rewards also. The rewards are, for land it is rent, for labor it is salary or wages, and for labor it is wages, for capital it is interest, and for organization it is profit. So land, labor, capital and organization, all these factors have factor payments, and these income the income that is generated in an economy is being distributed out of these through the factor payments. The last one is exchange, the exchange of goods and services among all the other sectors of economy. So let us see once again here, why are we following the scarcity definition and why is it so apt in these days? You all know that economics is an important social science which studies about economic activities of human beings. So here you can understand that it is an important social science. In the branch of the tree of knowledge, economics is also one among the other branches, and rest of all the branches are having economics in them. No branch of knowledge or no social science is complete without economics, because economics is an integral part of all types of social sciences and branches of knowledge, because for everything we have to think in terms of the economy. So therefore economics is a very important social science which studies about economic activities. You all know that economic activity is nothing but activity which is related to the functioning of the economy of that particular social science or of that particular branch of knowledge. So all the branches of knowledge or all the social sciences have economic activities in them, and in all of the economic activities human beings are involved. Therefore economics is an important social science which studies the economic activities of human beings. As you all know, as we discussed earlier, there are 4 economic activities, that is production, consumption, distribution and exchange. So all these are done to satisfy the human wants. This is very, very important to learn. That is, human wants are unlimited. You all know that there is no limit for our wants. Whatever we see, we need it, and it is there till the last breath of human life. We have wants. So therefore the ends are unlimited. To satisfy these ends, means are scarce. So we have unlimited ends to be satisfied. These unlimited ends are to be satisfied with limited resources or limited means, or you can even call this as scarce means. So you all know that unlimited ends are to be satisfied with limited means, or even you can call them as scarce means, because the resources that are available is limited. The resources are unlimited. Therefore all human wants which are unlimited, which are endless, it is in n number, that is endless, and these resources are limited. But only comfortable thing in this is that these resources have alternative uses. We can make use of these resources that are available by nature as a free gift, can be used alternatively, and again it is leading to a problem of choice. Alternative resource is there, but it leads to problem of choice. Therefore only there are 3 important problems of an economy, that is what to produce, how to produce, for whom to produce. So this problem of choice is due to the existence of alternative uses. So ಈಗ ನೀವೆಲ್ಲ ತಿಳ್ಕೊಂಡಿದ್ದೀರಿ, ಮನುಷ್ಯನ ಆಸೆಗಳು ಅಪರಿಮಿತವಾದವು, ಅವುಗಳಿಗೆ ಅಂತ್ಯವೇ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಅವುಗಳನ್ನು ನಾವು ಪರಿಮಿತವಾದ ಸಂಪನ್ಮೂಲಗಳ ಮೂಲಕ ಪೂರೈಸಿಕೊಳ್ಬೇಕು. ಮನುಷ್ಯನ ಅಪರಿಮಿತವಾದ ಆಸೆಗಳನ್ನು ಪರಿಮಿತವಾದ ಒಂದು ಸಂಪನ್ಮೂಲಗಳ ಮೂಲಕ ನಾವು ಪೂರೈಸಿಕೊಳ್ಬೇಕು. ಆದರೆ ಈ ಸಂಪನ್ಮೂಲಗಳಿಗೆ ಪರ್ಯಾಯವಾದ ಬಳಕೆಗಳನ್ನು ನಾವು ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಬಹುದು. ಈ ಸಂಪನ್ಮೂಲಗಳನ್ನು ಪರ್ಯಾಯವಾಗಿ ನಾವು ಬಳಸ್ಕೊಳ್ಬಹುದು, ಬೇರೆ ಬೇರೆ ರೀತಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಉಪಯೋಗಿಸ್ಕೊಳ್ಬಹುದು. ಆಗ ನಾವು ಅದರ ಪರ್ಯಾಯ ಬಳಕೆ ಯಾವುದಕ್ಕೆ ನಮಗೆ ಕಾರಣ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ ಅಂದರೆ, ನಮಗೆ ಆಯ್ಕೆ ಮಾಡುವುದಕ್ಕೆ ಸಮಸ್ಯೆಯನ್ನು ಸೃಷ್ಟಿ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ. ಯಾವ ಒಂದು ಇದನ್ನು ನಾನು ನಾನು ಆಯ್ಕೆ ಮಾಡಿಕೊಳ್ಳಿ ಅಂತ. ಇದು ಎಕನಾಮಿಕ್ಸ್ನ ಮೇಜರ್ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್. ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಹ್ಯೂಮನ್ ವಾಂಟ್ಸ್ ಆರ್ ಅನ್ಲಿಮಿಟೆಡ್, ರಿಸೋರ್ಸಸ್ ಆರ್ ಲಿಮಿಟೆಡ್, wherein these resources have alternative uses, but these alternative uses again lead to the problem of choice. All of us have a problem. Whenever we go to the shop to purchase anything, we are worried about which one to purchase. Maybe if we are going to purchase the toothpaste, we have hundreds of brands. If we go to purchase the dress materials, we have hundreds of choice. So we have there also we have choice. When we are into the production also we find choice problems, and we are into the consumption also we find problems. So which one to choose, and there we have to take the decision based on the pocket. If our pocket permits, we can go for higher rated products, and every time we always think in terms of the economy that is there with us. So our economic situation always leads us to think about the choice that we should make. So if I have only less money and if I wish to have a higher rated product or a costlier product, then it is impossible for me. Either I should increase my income or I should buy the lesser priced one. So therefore this problem of choice is the major problem here in the economics. Economics is a social science which studies economic activities. Economic activities ಅಂದರೆ ಒಂದು ಆರ್ಥಿಕ ಚಟುವಟಿಕೆಗಳು, ನಮ್ಮ ಹಣಕಾಸಿನ ಚಟುವಟಿಕೆಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವು ಹೇಗೆ ನಮ್ಮನ್ನು ನಾವು ಇನ್ವಾಲ್ವ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ತೀವಿ, ಅದನ್ನು ನಾವು ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋದಕ್ಕೆ ನಮ್ಮಲ್ಲಿ ಇರಬೇಕಾದಂಥ ಆಸೆಗಳನ್ನು ನಾವು ಕಡಿತಗೊಳಿಸ್ಕೊಳ್ಬೇಕು. ಯಾಕೆಂದರೆ ನಮ್ಮ ಹತ್ರ ಅದನ್ನು ಪೂರೈಸಿಕೊಳ್ಳೋದಕ್ಕೆ ಇರೋವಂಥ ಕೆಲವು ಸಂಪನ್ಮೂಲಗಳು ಕೂಡ ನಮ್ಮ ಹತ್ರ ಕಡಿಮೆನೇ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಯಾವಾಗಲೂ ದೆರ್ ಈಸ್ ಎ ಟೋಟಲ್ ಡಿಫ್ರೆನ್ಸ್ ಬಿಟ್ವೀನ್ ದ ಡಿಮಾಂಡ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಸಪ್ಲೈ ಆಫ್ money with each and everyone, because you all have studied about the lesson of poverty in your part B, that is under the Indian economic development. So this Indian economic development chapter of poverty said you that we are all having a kind of poverty. It may be a absolute poverty or it may be relative poverty. All the people in this world are relatively poor, because when we compare ourselves with the other person in the same economic background, in the same locality, in the same country, if he is living, he always is poor when compared to the one who is having higher income than him. So therefore here the means are very limited and the ends are unlimited. ನಮ್ಮ ಆಸೆಗಳಿಗೆ ಅಂತ್ಯವೇ ಇರೋದಿಲ್ಲ, ಆದರೆ ಅದನ್ನು ಪೂರೈಸಿಕೊಳ್ಳೋದಕ್ಕೆ ಬೇಕಾದಂಥ ಸಾಧನಗಳು ತುಂಬ ಕಡಿಮೆ ಇರ್ತವೆ. ಹಾಗಾಗಿ ನಮ್ಮ ಒಂದು ಎಕನಾಮಿಕ್ ಸಿಚುಯೇಷನ್ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ನಾವು ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿ ತಿಳ್ಕೊಂಡು ಅದನ್ನು ನಾವು ಅನಲೈಸ್ ಮಾಡಿ ನಾವು ಖರ್ಚು ಮಾಡುವಾಗ ಪ್ರತಿಯೊಂದು ಸರ್ತಿನೂ ನಮ್ಮ ಒಂದು ಆದಾಯದ ಮೂಲದ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಯೋಚನೆ ಮಾಡಿನೇ ನಾವು ಖರ್ಚು ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ. So therefore human wants are unlimited and the resources are limited. This is a very important sentence in economics. So therefore to satisfy these unlimited wants, we have to either increase these resources. If not, we should not spoil these resources. What's happening today? ಇವತ್ತಿನ ದಿವಸ ಏನಾಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ, ನಮ್ಮಲ್ಲಿ ಇರುವಂಥ ರಿಸೋರ್ಸಸ್ನೆಲ್ಲ ನಾವು ಹಾಳು ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀವಿ. Because of different kinds of pollutions created by these overpopulation or rapid growth of population, we are unable to regenerate these resources. And therefore we are now very much worried and bothered about the sustainable development. ಸುಸ್ಥಿರ ಅಭಿವೃದ್ಧಿಯ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಈಗ ಚಿಂತೆ ಮಾಡುವ ಕಾಲ ಬಂದಿದೆ. ಯಾಕೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ, ನಮ್ಮ ಹಿಂದಿನವರು ನಮಗೆ ಎಲ್ಲವನ್ನು ಪ್ರಕೃತಿಯನ್ನು ಅದೇ ರೀತಿ ಉಳಿಸಿ ಹೋಗಿದ್ರಿಂದ ಇವತ್ತು ನಾವು ಈ ರಿಸೋರ್ಸಸ್ನ ಇಟ್ಕೊಂಡು ನಾವು ಜೀವನ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀವಿ. ಆದರೆ ಇದೇ ರೇಟ್ ಅಥವಾ ಇದೇ ಕಂಡೀಷನಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವು ಪೊಲ್ಯೂಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಹೋದರೆ ಮತ್ತೆ ನಮ್ಮ ರಿಸೋರ್ಸ್ಗಳು ಕಡಿಮೆ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಹೋಗುತ್ತೆ. ಆಗ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ, ಈ ಭೂಮಿ ಅನ್ನೋದು ಒಂದು ಬದುಕೋದಕ್ಕೆ ಯೋಗ್ಯವಾದಂಥ planet agi uliyodilla. What happens? Our future generation will suffer out of this. So therefore today you are hearing about different types of projects like Clean Ganga project to clean the river Ganga because it is highly polluted, and all these water resources are being planned to join today, because in many of the areas where there is high scarcity of drinking water, this water can be easily made available to them through the joining of major rivers. And in some areas there are abundant waters are being wasted, pure drinking water. You all know, out of the total water available in this earth, only 27% of the water is pure and good water, that is drinkable. So rest of are all salt water. So even though India has 7,565 kilometers of coastline which is surrounded by water bodies like Bay of Bengal, Arabian Sea and Indian Ocean. All these waters that are in these oceans and seas are the saline waters and they are not drinkable. So this water purification plants are being established in most of the areas where the clean pure drinking waters are not available. So the existence of sweet water that is drinkable is only little and it is also a very scarce resource. We cannot regenerate the pure sweet drinking water beneath the earth. Only thing what we can do is we can preserve it, and see this preserving of these resources is now gaining very much importance in these days because the air is being polluted because of the depletion of ozone layer. The harmful ultraviolet rays are entering the earth and it is leading to different types of skin cancers and other diseases, and this ozone depletion is happening because of the releasing of the harmful carbon effluents to the nature. This is done through the industrial pollution. So as the man has invented lots of industries and he is technologically growing, we are not taking care of the nature. The nature is being neglected. So therefore lots of actions are being taken by different sectors, even including the private sectors and the NGOs, to take care of the preservation of these resources. In spite of that also, our ends are unlimited and the means are limited. This is because again there is a greater demand. The demand is higher wherein the supply is lesser. The demand is higher owing to the overpopulation, that is due to the rapid growth of population. Here we have to do both the job. We have to try to increase our income. We have to upgrade our income also. We have to try to increase our income. At the same time, we have to take care. We have to maintain the resources that are available to us, and therefore we have to take care of the sustainable development. You all know that sustainable development is nothing but to satisfy the needs of present generation without compromising to the needs of the future generation. To have sustainable development, we have to maintain the available resources or existing resources as it is, and we have to transfer it to the future generation as it is. So now let us see how this income is generated and how is the population divided according to the nature of the work that they are doing. You all know that people are gainfully employed in any of the following economic activity. Only those people who are unable to go for work, or those people who are unable to do some work, that is those who are above 60-70 years and those who are below 15 years, are only not into any of the economic activity, and most of they are not into any of the economic activity, and rest of the population is into any one of the economic activity that is mentioned here. Because we have the producer here, the major sector of economic activity is production sector. So producer is here, he is into the economic activity. He transforms the raw materials into finished products. Either he may produce the goods or he may generate any kind of services. Both are treated as production sector. So this producer is one who has involved in the major economic activity. So for that he procures the raw materials, and after the procurement of the raw materials he converts these raw materials into finished products with the help of the machineries or with the assistance of human labor. Then after these goods are produced or services are generated, it is being sold by some other persons, and these people are meant for trading activity. They are not into the production, but they are the consumers also. So this selling is the major activity, major economic activity. Here we can find these sellers in a place of market area. So market area is a place where we can see both the sellers as well as buyers meet together. Whoever has the need for so and so goods will go and buy there, and whoever has those goods that are in demand in the market will sell those goods in that market. So the third one is consumer. Consumer is nothing but we call him as grahaka. So consumer is grahaka, that is one who purchases the goods produced in the production sector and sold by a seller, because every consumer, whoever wants any kind of goods, cannot go to the producer directly. So here seller acts as the mediator between the producer and the consumer. As you all know, majorly there are four economic activities: production, consumption, distribution and exchange, and these major four activities are undertaken by the production sector, consumption sector and also the government sector as well as the net exports. So here you all have learnt that the consumer is going to buy the goods with the help of this seller. So a seller plays a major role in the economic activity. In an economy, a predominant role is played by seller, because he provides the link between the producer as well as the consumer. So the next one is service holder. Who is a service holder? A service holder is a person who works for another person. He is an employee in an organization or in a government sector or in a formal sector or in an informal sector and even in private sector also. So he is a service holder. He is again has a major role to play in the economy. So these service holders hire their brain physically and mentally. They involve themselves into any of the institutions or the organizations, and for giving their services to that organization or the institution, they get some kind of salary per month. That is, at the end of the month or at the last day of the month, they get the salary. Some of the laborers are there who are working for daily wages, and they are also the service holders. So these service holders, again they get their wages at the end of the day, and sometimes these wage workers are not having employment also. They may get the wages only during some seasons. A very good example for this is agriculture, because in the agricultural area we can find seasonality of the employment. So if it is a perennial crop, most of the time, most of the months in a year, the laborers will be left unemployed. So therefore these service holders are also a very important persons who are gainfully employed. So if these people who are not getting employment in the agriculture sector for some of the months in a year or some of the days in a month, they will go to other types of casual wages and they start earning, but they won't abstain from working. So we can call all these as the economic warriors. The next one is service provider. Here comes the major sector of economy. These service providers are, like, we can call them as banks, insurance agents, lawyers. We can call all these as doctors, maybe teachers. All these are the service providers, and these service providers are recorded in the tertiary sector, and this tertiary sector is giving major contribution to the GDP of a country, particularly to an economy of India. These service providers are providing lots of income, and today 48% of our GDP is constituted by this tertiary sector only. We learnt about the economics. So by now you all have studied that economics is the study of mankind in the ordinary business of life. So as a routine, he has involved himself in the economic activity, in various types of economic activities, and it is the study of the total mankind in the regular course of life, that is the ordinary business of life. So here we study that how people choose to employ the available resources, because everywhere every resource is not available. ಕೆಲವು ಕಡೆಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ಕುಡಿಯೋ ನೀರೇ ಸಿಗೋದಿಲ್ಲ, ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಅವರು ತುಂಬಾ ಕಷ್ಟಪಡ್ತಾರೆ. ಕೆಲವು ಕಡೆಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ಏನನ್ನಾದ್ರೂ ಬೆಳಿಬೇಕಂದ್ರೆ ಒಳ್ಳೆಯ ಒಂದು ಫರ್ಟೈಲ್ ಲ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ಇರೋದಿಲ್ಲ, ಫಲವತ್ತಾದ ಭೂಮಿ ಸಿಗೋದಿಲ್ಲ. ಆಗ ಅವರಿಗೆ ಅವೈಲಬಲ್ ಇರೋ ರಿಸೋರ್ಸ್ ಅನ್ನೇ ಉಪಯೋಗಿಸ್ಕೊಂಡು, ಇಫ್ ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಎ ಡ್ರೈ ಲ್ಯಾಂಡ್, ಒಣ ಭೂಮಿ ಆಗಿದ್ರೆ ಅವರು ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಏನನ್ನ ಬೇಸಾಯ ಮಾಡಿ ಬೆಳಿಬಹುದು, ಅದನ್ನ ಬೆಳೆದು ಮಾರಕ್ಕೆ ಹೋಗ್ತಾರೆ. ಮತ್ತೆ ಅವರಿಗೆ ಏನು ಸಿಗೋದಿಲ್ಲ, ಅವರ ಭೂಮಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಏನನ್ನ ಕೃಷಿ ಮಾಡಿ ಅವರು ಗಳಿಸ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋದಕ್ಕೆ ಸಾಧ್ಯ ಆಗೋದಿಲ್ಲ, ಅದನ್ನ ಅವರು ಬೇರೆ ಕಡೆಯಿಂದ ಪಡ್ಕೊಳ್ತಾರೆ. ಸೊ ದಿಸ್ ಈಸ್ ದ ಸ್ಟಡಿ of how people choose to employ the available resources. Even human resource is also employed along with the available natural resource is also employed to satisfy the needs of the human only, because these resources don't have any kind of wants. So the people choose to employ the available resources to produce goods and services. If it is a dry land, they think of the crops that can be grown over that dry land. If it is an irrigated land, they cultivate the crops that can be grown on the irrigated land. And if there is no drinking water available, they think of the purification of the water that is available to them. ಯಾವಾಗ ನಮಗೆ ಯಾವುದು ಬೇಕಾಗಿರೋದು ಲಭ್ಯ ಇಲ್ಲ, ಆಗ ನಾವು ಇರೋದು ಏನಿದೆ ಅದನ್ನೇ ನಮ್ಮ ಲಭ್ಯತೆಗೆ ತಕ್ಕಂತೆ ನಾವು ಮಾರ್ಪಾಡು ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ತೀವಿ. ಸೊ ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ all these resources have alternative uses also. So it is not that it is very difficult to live. It is difficult, it is made easy because of our employment of the resources in the way which is required to us. So therefore only these resources have alternative uses. So these available resources with their alternative uses are made to produce goods and services. So with the help of these available resources, ನಮಗೆ ಲಭ್ಯ ಇರುವ ಸಂಪನ್ಮೂಲಗಳ ಮೂಲಕ ನಾವು ಪದಾರ್ಥಗಳನ್ನು ತಯಾರು ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ ಹಾಗೂ ಸೇವೆಯನ್ನು ಒದಗಿಸ್ತೀವಿ. ಸೊ ಹಾಗಾಗಿ is made to produce goods and services to satisfy their wants. Whose wants it is? It is the want of the mankind. Total mankind has unlimited wants. So to satisfy these unlimited wants and also to distribute them for consumption. Again, who is going to consume? This mankind only. With the deployment or with the employment of these available resources through their all types of alternative uses also, finally we produce goods and services just to satisfy the wants of mankind as well as to distribute them for consumption. Once the goods are produced which are required to satisfy human wants, they are distributed for consumption. ಪದಾರ್ಥಗಳ ಉತ್ಪಾದನೆ ಆದ ನಂತರ ಅದನ್ನು ಮಾರುಕಟ್ಟೆಗೆ ಬಿಡುಗಡೆ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ. ಯಾಕೆ ಅಂತಂದರೆ ಜನರು ಅದನ್ನು ಕೊಂಡು ಅದರಿಂದ ಅವರ ಅನುಕೂಲವನ್ನು ಅವರು ಪಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ, ಅವರ ಅಗತ್ಯವನ್ನು ಪೂರೈಸಿಕೊಳ್ಳಿ ಅಂತ. ಅಮಾಂಗ್ ವೇರಿಯಸ್ ಪರ್ಸನ್ಸ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಸೆಕ್ಟಾರ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಸೊಸೈಟಿ, ನಮ್ಮ ಒಂದು ಸಮಾಜದಲ್ಲಿರುವಂಥ ಬೇರೆ ಬೇರೆ ರೀತಿಯಾದಂಥ ವ್ಯಕ್ತಿಗಳು ಅಥವಾ ಸಮಾಜದ ಬೇರೆ ಬೇರೆಯಾದಂಥ ಸ್ತರಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ಇರುವಂಥ ಒಂದು ವ್ಯಕ್ತಿಗಳಿಗೆ ಈ ಒಂದು ಪದಾರ್ಥವನ್ನು ಆ ಒಂದು ಲಭ್ಯ ಇರುವ ಸಂಪನ್ಮೂಲಗಳ ಮೂಲಕ ಉತ್ಪಾದನೆ ಮಾಡಿ ಹಂಚುವುದು, ಡಿಸ್ಟ್ರಿಬ್ಯೂಟ್ ಮಾಡೋದು. ಸೊ ದಿಸ್ ಈಸ್ ದ ಮೇಜರ್ ಆಕ್ಟಿವಿಟಿ ಆಫ್ ಎಕನಾಮಿಕ್ಸ್. ಸೊ ಇಟ್ ಇನ್ವಾಲ್ವ್ಸ್ ಪ್ರೊಡಕ್ಷನ್, ಕನ್ಸಂಪ್ಷನ್, ಡಿಸ್ಟ್ರಿಬ್ಯೂಷನ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಚೇಂಜ್. ವೇರಿಯಸ್ ಪರ್ಸನ್ಸ್, ನಾವು ಬೇರೆ ಬೇರೆ ಜನರ ಹತ್ರ ನಮಗೆ ಬೇಕಾದಂಥ ಅಗತ್ಯವಾದ ಪದಾರ್ಥಗಳನ್ನು ನಾವು ಅವರಿಂದ ಕೊಳ್ತೀವಿ, ನಮ್ಮಿಂದ ಅವರಿಗೆ ಬೇಕಾಗಿರೋದನ್ನು ನಾವು ಅವರಿಗೆ ಕೊಡ್ತೀವಿ. ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಎನ್ ಇಂಟರ್ಚೇಂಜ್ ಆಫ್ ಗೂಡ್ಸ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಸರ್ವಿಸಸ್ ಫಾರ್ price of money. So this total sentence says you that the economic activity is nothing but the study of mankind in the ordinary business of life, which involves production, consumption, distribution and exchange, and all these are involved with the major categories of the people like producer, seller, consumer, service holder as well as the service provider. So this says you that economics is an integral part of our life. So no branch of knowledge or no social science is there without economics. You cannot even imagine any of the sector of the production or consumption or any of the area of knowledge that does not have economics in it. Whenever we go for anything to buy a commodity or to avail a service, we think in terms of the money that they are demanding for giving that commodity or for getting the services. When we are planning to buy the goods and services that are available in the society with the available economic resources, we are planning to spend the money economically. This spending of money economically for the goods that are required by us and for the services that we need is very important. To have decision about the purchasing of the goods and services to satisfy human wants and to take the decisions that are related to the availing of the services that are provided by the service provider, we have to have the knowledge of what? That is statistics. If we have the knowledge of statistics, obviously we are able to take the decisions related to the economy. So all these economic decisions are based on our analysis. So this analysis is made by the statistical results that we obtain in the society. So this analysis is made, and after this analysis we will compare these. This analysis is obtained through the comparing of the price of the goods, of the commodities. So in this area so and so is charged for milk. In that particular city so and so money is collected per liter of milk. So what is the difference? Why is there is a difference, price differentiation? What are the causes for it? What is about the demand and supply of the product? So to learn all these, we have to have statistical information, and in our next sessions we learn about the concepts of statistics in continuation of the same lesson. So today's thought for the day is knowledge is strength. Our knowledge is a biggest strength that helps us to overcome all types of struggles. So we have to always think towards attaining knowledge, and we have to be always well aware of the happenings in the society so that we can gain some strength and we can make ourselves prepared to face the challenges and struggles that come in our way. With this, I end this session. Thank you, children. Thank you.